Welcome back to Visualise videos. Today, we're diving into a new use case on the Qubinets platform focused on data visualization. Let's jump right in. First, let's sign into Qubinets. I'm already logged in, so I'll just click Sign In and get straight into the app. If you're new, you can register by clicking Sign In and then selecting Register. Now that we're inside, we'll create a new project. I'll click New Project button and provide a name. Let's call this project Data Visualizer. We'll use our own cloud account, so let's move to the next step. This time, we're taking advantage of one of Qubinets' templates, the Data Visualization template. When you select it and click Next, you'll notice three applications or cubes have been pre-selected: Airbyte, Postgres, and Grafana. We'll use Airbyte to collect the data, Postgres to store it, and Grafana to visualize it on a dashboard. I'll pick Azure as my cloud provider, but feel free to choose any supported option. I will insert my key account file, select the instance type, and I will click Next. On the summary screen, I will click Finish. Now, Qubinets is setting up the cloud environment and preparing the applications. To begin the cloud deployment, we'll click Instantiate. The automation process takes around 7 to 8 minutes, so I'll skip ahead to when the setup is nearly complete. Once you see the status change from building to ready, it means the cloud is ready, and we can move on to deploying the applications. Before we hit sync, you can tweak some parameters. For instance, if we select Postgres, we can change username, password, or database name. I'll stick with the default settings and click Sync to get the application deployment started. As the deployment progresses, we'll see updates in the activity log, and the cube outlines will change color. If you see a yellow outline labeled as an error, don't worry, it's just part of the deployment process. We're waiting for all three cubes to turn green, which means the deployment is complete. Now that Grafana is ready, let's connect to it. I'll open Grafana in a new tab. Using the default credentials, and we're in. Postgres has also finished deploying, so I'll head to Grafana, go to Connections, then Data Sources, and we can see that Postgres connection has been established. This means we're ready to start building our dashboards. However, we don't have any data in our Postgres database yet. Instead of manually creating tables, we'll use Airbyte to handle that. Airbyte is still deploying, so let's give it a minute. Once Airbyte is ready, we can use it to send data into Postgres. Now that Airbyte is live, let's set up our first connection. Let's enter our email organization name, click on Advanced Options and mark the checkbox and click Get Started. Now that Airbyte is live, let's set up our first connection. We'll define a new data source. For this example, we'll use the Sample Data Faker tool. But keep in mind, Airbyte has nearly 300 connectors, so you can use a wide variety of sources, from CSV files to CRM tools. Let's use the search field and write inside Sample Data Faker. For this demo, we'll set up Sample Data Faker to create tables like users, addresses, and products in Postgres. Let's test the source. We will need to copy the IP address of Postgres database. Since all of the connection tests have passed, now we can configure the destination. Let's write Postgres. Select it. Paste the IP address to the host field. And we need to put in database name, admin, and password, all of which you can find in the queue parameters. Let's type Qubinets as database name, admin as the user, and password. Now let's check whether everything works. We are going to test the destination. After entering the database credentials, Airbyte will test the connection, and once that passes, we can select the streams we want to sync. Airbyte is now fetching the streams. We have options like products, purchases, and users. Let's select all of them and click Next. We can also change some of the settings here, but I'll leave them as default and start the sync. After a few minutes, the data has been successfully replicated. Let's head back to Grafana and create a new dashboard. I'll select Dashboards, Create Dashboard, and then Add Visualization. I'll select Postgres as the data source, and we will write a simple SQL query. Select all from. As you can see, we have 3 tables here, and we can query either one, but we'll use users in this example. Let's click on Run Query, and as you can see, the data is now available, and we can visualize it right here, but we need to change the type of data. Instead of time series, let's select Table. you can see that data is here. For a bit of fun, let's calculate the average user age. Let's change the SQL query a bit. I'll write select average age from users and run the query, which shows that average age of our users is 41.4. I'll format it into a stat visualization and label it average age or average user age. And let's save it. This dashboard will now automatically update as new data is synced, showing real-time insights. In just a short time, we created a cloud environment, deployed 3 open source applications, imported data into Postgre, and built a dashboard in Grafana to visualize it. That's the power of Qubinets and open source tools in action. I'm excited to see what use cases you'll come up with, so let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.